Hello and welcome to Shrimps and Snails. In this episode I'm going to show you how to attach some moss with super glue onto some wood, bogwood in a tank. I've got some already in there at the moment and it's just looking a bit of a mess, so I'm going to reattach some mini Pelia moss, which is slow growing moss and pretty much one of my favourite mosses at the moment. I'm just going to jump straight to the video of me doing that. This is my crystal white tank and I'm getting a bit fed up with the flame moss and the wood on the background there. Some of it's nice and green, but if you come around the side here it's all gone a bit brown and manky. So what I plan to do is just rip it all off, some floating plant there, rip it all off and attach some new moss to the front of it with super glue. What I'm going to be using is this mini Pelia or coral moss, depending what name you use. I really love this stuff. It's very dense and growing but also very slow, so it doesn't particularly need any pruning or a lot of work to keep it going. I've got loads on the front here, so I've got plenty to spare. So we shall see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do first, just rip all that off and then we'll jump up to me attaching some new stuff onto it. Right, this is the wood all cleaned up. There are some things that you're going to need first. One of them, tissue. You want to dab the wood, you want it to be wet but not drenched. So otherwise the super glue cures with water, and if you have it too moist then it's just going to set and dry too quickly. You're also going to want some little tweezers because you don't want to get super glue on your fingers. So once you've got that on your fingers, that is never coming off. Right, so this is the moss bits I'll be using. Here's the super glue. The best way I've found to do this is to start from the bottom. If you start from the top, then the moss is only going to grow up. But at least if you've got it at the bottom of the wood or stone, whatever you're using, then it can grow up afterwards. Do a little dab of that. Some of that. Just hold it there for a few seconds, and then some of it hopefully will stay on there. There we go. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'll show you once it's all back in the tank. So then again, a little dab of super glue. The best stuff that works for this is the super glue gel, but unfortunately I couldn't get hold of any when I went to the shops, so I've just had to use normal super glue. Put that on there. What you don't want to do is put too much in one place. You want plenty of light to be able to get to the moss, so it doesn't all go rotten underneath and then detach itself. But again though, with this coral moss it grows so slowly, it doesn't particularly matter. See, even with trying to use tweezers you still end up with super glued moss to your finger. If your tweezers get all gunked up like this, that's where you come in with the tissue. Just clear them off. Once this is all set, once you've put all the moss on it, then just give it a little 20 minutes or so just to set before you stick it back into your tank. You don't want to run a risk of it not being fully set or cured and killing everything inside.
Well, that's it back in the tank. To me it looks a lot neater and tidier. Don't worry about all the white specks on there, that's just dried glue. In a little while, a month or so, the moss will take back over and will cover all that. The shrimp are happy that it's back in, so they're just clearing away. I've dumped the old moss into the corner there because I can't decide what to do with it at the moment. So I don't want to bin it, but I might have a use for it later when I set up my new tanks. I'm just going to jump to a month or so in the future so you can see what it's like once it's developed a bit. Right, it's about 3 months later now, and as you can see, Pelia moss does grow extremely slow. But it has covered it quite nicely. There's still plenty of growth left in it. I've also put a couple of bruises in the top here, which I hope I've pretty much taken hold, but I'll take the thread off at some point. Yeah, the bit down here hasn't really grown much, but the rest of it's pretty much covered now. That's looking pretty good. As you can see, most of the white spots have disappeared. There's a couple still uncovered, but they should be gone in the next month or so. Hopefully this video is going to be of use to someone, so thanks for watching.